Hello there. I'm going to talk about my adventure at Go Ape in the Chicago one. I went on May 4th, 2018. Had a good time. Was a little scared though, because when I signed up for it, I didn't realize that you had to strap yourself in. I thought someone would be with you to do that for you, because I've done ziplining before and they've always done the strapping in for me, so I never had to like think about it or worry about it, because I'm like, you've done this plenty of times, I'm strapped in fine. And then I started watching some YouTube videos and I was like, oh, maybe I'm not fine because I got to do that myself in. Yeah, so I was a little scared about that. And you have to sign a waiver saying if you fall, it's not our fault because you didn't strap yourself in. And I was like, scared. But I mean, you have a harness. They do the harness for you before you go. You're strapped in good. They teach you how to do the track, which is the one really holding you on tight, and then there's a carabiner that's also strapped onto you. So both, if you didn't get one in good, one is bound to keep you on. But still the first little bit was nerve-wracking, because you do one that's the shortest to the ground, like it's closest, and you have your instructor initially, that's your group instructor there, and there's a couple other people there as well. At least there was the day I was there, kind of coaching you through, like, oh, you're doing great, oh, put the carabiner here, do this, do that, like shouting encouragement and things you should do, and which was nice. Kind of like, okay, that first round, the obstacles are the easiest, and you can kind of get your bearings of like, okay, I feel safe, I feel strapped in, I can do this by myself, kind of a thing. Which I'm grateful that it went well. Like that first part was like, I got all my jitters out about, because I've done obstacle courses like that before. I did one and I was in Mexico, and but I had a guide there to strap me in. So the fact that like, okay, once I got past strapping myself in part, I was like, okay, I've done this before, like, I can do this. I didn't fall, thankfully, but I did lose an article of clothing, maybe a shoe. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. That was fun. It's a funny story, it really is. It's so mean to lose shoes nowadays. I don't know why that's a thing. It's a thing for me. And yeah, so here's a couple of highlights of the first part before losing a shoe, and then we'll talk about losing a shoe, and yeah, then maybe some more highlights. So sadly, I didn't catch footage of actually me losing my shoe / GoPro off of the Tarzan jump, because I had taken a photo right before then, and then I had it on photo mode and I forgot, and so I pushed the button thinking, oh, I'm taking a video, and I just taken a random photo of just my hand and some guy's shoes, one of the instructor's shoes. And I have a video right after I lost it. So here's what happened. So he straps you in, you jump off, and you're supposed to just hit the net and then bounce off, and then once you come back, grab it and climb up. So I jump off. I was a little scared because I was like, this isn't gonna go well. I should have just taken the alternate route, because there is an alternate route. Next time I go, I'll just take that alternate route. And so I bounced, but when I bounced, my foot just perfectly got into one of the holes of the netting, and when I came back out, it just pulled my shoe right off. And also when I bounced, I had the GoPro on my head mount. It also just grabbed hold of my GoPro and both fell to the ground. And I was gonna try to climb up with one shoe. Yeah, I got a little bit up, and they're like, do you want help? And I was like, yeah, because I figured it was gonna be hard for me to get myself up with both shoes on, but then try to do it with just one shoe, and I was like, yeah, no. So they pull up this rope this harness that you hook yourself up into, and once you get yourself hooked up, they pull you up, and then you just have to climb onto the platform. And then they tied my shoe and stuck my GoPro in my shoe, and I just had to pull it up. They tied it to the rope that helped me up, and then I unhooked myself and then went on. This is moments after. I'm going to show you the moments after losing my shoe and getting it back. Typical me fashion, I was doing the Tarzan spin right there, and lost my shoe, and GoPro fell off. That should be interesting footage. What the what? Overall, I had a really good time doing it. Glad I did it, even though I was terrified of falling and getting really hurt, like breaking some legs or my back or being paralyzed. Thankfully, none of that happened. It's really safe as long as you follow the instructor's instructions and make sure you're strapped in. There's reminders everywhere, like, are you strapped in? Are you attached? Like all over the place. Stop, are you attached? And there's always instructors around, so if you're like, I need help, they'll come help you immediately. They will take to come help you, either walk you through it or come get you. I did like being able to be challenged and like okay, how do I get through this, and like getting across and having to think about it. That was nice, but I don't like being challenged sometimes. I like it to be easy, which I'm sure I'm not alone in that, but you're still like, and some of the routes you could do, like take a hard route or an extreme route. I always took the hard route. I'm like, I'm not going extreme. Not yet. I'm not going to enough for this. Hence losing a shoe. I wish there was a little bit more zip lines and a little less obstacles, but I think I just prefer zip lines. So I think I'll have to plan a zip lining, just pure zip lining adventure soon. I always, on the zip lines though, I always get myself either going sideways or backwards. And if you're going sideways or backwards, you're just supposed to like dig in your feet to slow yourself down. But if you're going forward, then you just run and then you're on your feet. Of course, I was never forward when that happened. So I was always going sideways, and so I would not dig my feet in fast enough to like stop myself, or it'd be like too late, like I just couldn't coordinate it. So I was always landing on my butt. And I literally got wood chips all over my pants. Like I was just covered in wood chips. And somehow I got wood chips in my pants. Don't ask me how I did that. I have no idea. But I thought I got most of it off before I got my car, and I figured the car would get the rest of it. I came home and there's just a trail of like wood chips from where like I walked in to where I took my pants off, and it was just like piles of just wood chips. It's like I took the pile of wood chips home with me and I had to vacuum everything up, and I was like, oh, that was fun. I definitely don't recommend it for people who just want to zipline, because there's a lot more to it than that. Like there's 5 different ones you go through, which was nice that it wasn't just there's another like that. It wasn't just like 2-3 zip lines. Like you got 5 zip lines out of it and 5 courses, and each increasingly getting taller. Like you get higher with each one. And the 5th one was like you were in like treetop level, like the highest. I was really close to birds. It's like, oh, bird. If a bird had like come close to me, I could have touched it. None of them came close to me. I was really hoping. It's like live bird. I don't know why I wanted to do that, but why not? But I think I'm not scared of heights, but it might help you if you are. It might not. I don't know. If you have one near you, I suggest doing it. I will probably go again with my sister if I can get her to come along, maybe some friends, something like that. So yeah, definitely will try to do it again. Challenge myself again. Probably not with the Tarzan jump, unless I can get shoes that don't fall off, but 0 for 2 for it, the I fly, lost a shoe in that one, and this one. And I was wearing 2 different set of tennis shoes, so I'm pretty sure it's just me, not the shoe. I would like to blame it on the shoe, but I don't think I can. But yeah, I would love to know what you thought. If you'd ever try it, if you have, I want to know what you thought about it. If you like ziplining, if you ever lost a shoe at any point, would like to know about that. And hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of my videos and see what else shenanigans I get up to. So I'm always into shenanigans. And yeah, like if you like it, dislike it if you don't. Let me know what you think.